Assalamu alaikum guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I will attempt to convince you to grow a citrus fruit, any citrus fruit. It's arguably the best fruit tree in your backyard. And I'm going to give you 5 reasons why you should be growing a citrus fruit. And let's get into it. So basically the number one reason you should be growing a citrus fruit is because they're so nutritious. They're packed full of essential nutrients like vitamin C, fiber, antioxidants, and these nutritions they help boost your immune system, which is especially actually important in the colder months of the year when illness like the flu, the common cold, the flu, and most other viruses are active. And typically, I don't know if you knew this, but typically the citrus fruits tend to ripen in the colder months of the year, basically during the winter months, autumn, and sometimes even into spring. So basically the colder months of the year. Basically when you need those nutrition most, such as vitamin C and the antioxidants and so on. When your body is most vulnerable to those viruses. So, this is not by coincidence, it's by design, I believe. So basically it's the perfect way to help you fight off seasonal illness, support overall health. So yeah, basically homegrown citrus. By growing your own citrus, you're avoiding any chemical waxes, preservatives, and any other chemical sprays used in store-bought citrus. Basically giving you a nutritious, delicious, and healthy option compared to other supermarket bought fruit. Okay, so the number 2 reason why you should be growing citrus trees in your backyard is how easy it is to grow and its low maintenance requirements. So basically citrus trees are incredibly low maintenance compared to other fruit trees. Making them perfect for the home gardeners of all levels, whether you're amateur or expert. Typically they're easy to look after and low maintenance. They require very little pruning, no need for chemical sprays, and naturally resistant to many pests and diseases. Additionally, citrus trees tend to thrive without the need of frequent intervention, basically, without you even if you neglect them, they'll still do absolutely fine, which allows them to flourish all year round with minimal effort, which is a great advantage in citrus trees. And one of the great advantages actually of citrus trees is the fact they ripen during the colder months, when the fruit fly is not very active. In fact, they're probably not active at all during the winter months. So you don't have to worry about spraying them or covering them or doing anything really to them. And also, as a added bonus, the fruits on citrus typically hangs for a very, very long time compared to other fruits. They hang for months and months, sometimes up to 5 to 6 months. So from the time you're able to eat them at the early stages. So this is basically what you're looking at is 50% ripe. So even before this stage you're able to eat them. So they can be tart to sweet, 50-50, or if you leave them to ripen all the way through, they can be honey sweet. So you'll be enjoying them for months and months on end without having the urge or the need to pick them in fear of any spoilage or drop-in fruits or losing them to pests and diseases and maggots and worms and so on. So basically, and you don't need to pick them and store them like other fruits, in fear of losing them to over-ripening or spoilage or so on. So basically, citrus trees, nature's built-in fridge. You don't need a fridge for citrus. You just pick them literally when you need to, and leave the rest on the tree. So that's one of the best reasons why you should be growing citrus trees. All right, the third reason why you should be growing citrus trees in your backyard is their natural beauty, basically. They're extremely ornamental compared to a lot of other fruit trees. They're evergreen, meaning they don't drop their leaves during winter. They stay green all year round, giving you a beautiful green, lush look. And also, they during spring, late winter into early spring, the trees will bloom heavily, producing miniature white flowers that are intoxicating, packed full of intoxicating perfume, which attracts all sorts of bees and other pollinators, contributing to the overall health of your garden. So they actually work for you. Not only do they look good and they produce heavily and are nutritional for you, they actually help bring in a lot of pollinators due to their overproduction of flowers and the attraction of many pollinators. So basically the combination of fragrant blossoms, lush foliage, and just the vibrant fruit. So not only do you get the foliage all year round, you get the flowers and the beautiful scent and the attraction of the pollinators during spring. Then you get the bonus, obviously, of the fruits themselves, which, as you can see, look absolutely stunning on the tree. Whether you want to eat them or not, you can't deny their natural beauty. So basically, it's an excellent addition to your backyard, if only for the ornamental value alone. As you can see, she looks beautiful. And I don't have to worry about spraying it, or minimum maintenance basically compared to other trees. Hardly needs any pruning, as I mentioned, and extremely productive. Even though this is still a baby tree, you can see the production on it is very impressive. So reason number 4 why you should be growing citrus in your backyard, it's the versatility in the kitchen. So basically, citrus fruits are one of the most versatile fruits you can grow. Every part of the fruit is useful. You can use its juice, you can use the zest, you can use the pulp, the peel. Has countless uses in the kitchen, for baking, making drinks. You can even use them for cleaning products. Fresh citrus juice can be used in everything from savory marinades to dressing to refreshing beverages to desserts. The zest even adds brightness to baked goods and sauces. While the pulp can be used in jams or even incorporated into smoothies. Even the peel can be candied, composted, or turned into natural cleaning products. There's almost no wastage when it comes to citrus. Everything can be used in some way, making it not only a productive fruit, but also one that can be fully utilized in the home. This makes citrus fruit an eco-friendly and practical choice for anyone looking to maximize their gardening efforts. So, it's basically one of the most versatile fruits to grow, especially if you want to use them in the kitchen. It's basically almost used as a daily in anyone's kitchen, whether you're juicing it, using it as a garnish, using it in dishes, in savory, in desserts, in smoothies, you know, even for its zest, for its aroma. They're extremely, extremely versatile. And the fifth reason, and the best reason, in my opinion, to grow a citrus tree in your backyard, especially as a first choice, especially if you're a novice, an amateur gardener, is for its productivity. So citrus trees are genetically designed for heavy production. They have no choice, it's in their genetics to produce heavily for you, making them one of the most reliable fruits you can grow, basically. Unlike any other fruit trees, they may produce, you know, occasionally or a handful, or just depends on the year. Generally speaking, citrus will produce consistently for you year after year with minimal effort. So their productivity is basically encoded in their DNA, as I mentioned before, meaning they are hardwired to bear abundantly, often starting from a young age. Mature trees can basically bear hundreds of fruits, sometimes perhaps thousands, which is more than enough for any household, and even for your neighbors, and to give some away to your neighbors, friends and family. So basically they're one of the most productive trees you can come across in your backyard. So I'm often asked by other people that want to get into gardening, like basically mainly friends and family. They ask me if I was to start a garden, a fruit garden in my backyard, or if I was in the market for a fruit tree, which tree should I get? I always tell them basically citrus. Get a citrus, hands down, you can't go wrong. Even though I love figs and mangoes and a lot of them, and pomegranates and so on, I can't even argue. I can't even think of another tree that's better than citrus. Basically, objectively, if you look at it objectively, obviously subjectively, you can, you know, some people just like growing a mango or some exotic tropical, you know, or just figs, you know, but objectively speaking, categorically, and if you had to sort of go by criteria, you know, by production, by ease of growth, by ornamental value, and you know, nutritional value, hands down, in my opinion, there's no competition. There is no competition to citrus trees. No stone fruit, no tropicals, nothing can compete with citrus trees when you look at it objectively. I mean, look at this. How can you deny the production of this thing? Mind you, I barely touch it. I literally barely touch it. I feed it, obviously, like you have to feed any tree. Even if you neglect it, mind you, it'll still produce. It won't disappoint you. It won't be as productive, you know, it won't look as healthy, but literally if you neglect it and do absolutely nothing to them, especially once they mature, they will still not disappoint you and produce, and probably more than any other fruit tree. So, you know, there's basically 5 good reasons why you should be growing a citrus tree in your backyard. So this here basically is 50% ripe, meaning it's going to be 50% sweet and 50% tart. You can see how easy this is to peel. This is the Australian variety Imperial, actually one of my favorite varieties to grow in the backyard. There you go. There you go. One-handed. I peel it with one hand. That's how easy this thing is. And Absolutely delicious. I don't know if you tried a citrus fruit from a tree ripened citrus, but if you haven't, you're definitely missing out. To me, almost every citrus fruit that I buy from the supermarket has a sort of an aftertaste, like a rotten aftertaste. Basically, I can tell it's been picked way too early, or it's been picked and stored for many days or weeks, sometimes months, by the time you buy it. And they've got that old rotten fruit taste in the background. You don't get that from your tree or from a tree ripened fruit. It gives it that full blast of citrus aroma, the refreshing taste, the tangy sort of tangy notes and sweetness. This is actually probably 60% sweet, 40% tart at this stage, which is our favorite way to eat them. So, as you can see, I don't have to convince you, just look at the production of this thing. So do yourself a favor. I'm not getting paid by the citrus fruit corporations to tell you this. It's actually my honest opinion. Most of my trees in my backyard are citrus. And there's so many different varieties. You don't have to just orange trees alone. There's probably dozens and dozens of different oranges and crosses. For example, this is a Cara orange, which is a navel mutation. So it mutated from a navel orange, so your typical navel orange. This mutated naturally, and basically it's got a pinkish or reddish interior, and excellent flavored fruit, better than most other navel oranges. Arguably the best navel orange you can get out there. You got your Pomelos here, basically hanging watermelons. You got your mandarins. There's another navel there. You got your grapefruits. There's tangerines. There's even Australian native limes, aka lime caviar or caviar lime. So yeah, there are so many options to grow. You'll never get bored of citrus. Do yourself a favor and plant one of them.